It's said everyone has a story. China has almost 1.4 billion of them. From the mega cities to the vast countryside, from the ancient to the ultra-modern. It's our job to bring these stories to you, direct from one of the most rapidly changing nations on the planet. I'm Laura Schmidt, and we're rediscovering China.
累也不是说很累，痛苦也不算很痛苦，反正那个是为了找钱儿。
Today on Rediscovering China, we meet two of Chongqing's remaining Bangbang.
现在心头想争这口气，我到底能不能做演员？能不能当一个制片人？ The hot and humid mega-city of Chongqing lies in the southwest of China. While its glossy skyscrapers talk of a modern metropolis, this city is also known as a stronghold of one very traditional aspect of Chinese culture, the Bangbang. Bangbang refers to the manual laborers who still operate in the city to this day, helping to deliver heavy loads without the assistance of vehicles or technology. The name Bangbang means stick in Chinese and refers to the tool that these men and a few women use to transport packages. One of the people still working in this industry is Ran Guanghui. He manages to earn roughly 200 yuan a day, delivering packages that range in size from a small box to heavy bags taller than he is. Most of the deliveries are within a 15 to 20-minute walking distance of each other. It's a service taken up by many of the stall owners working in the local markets. With an urban population of over 8 million people, Chongqing is a bustling city in a very mountainous part of the country. Its winding and multi-tiered roads are cited by locals as the reason the Bangbang still operate here. Big delivery trucks would struggle to maneuver this labyrinth. Ran Guanghui is 49 years old and has been doing this job for 20 years. Over time, he has built a fairly steady customer base in the area he works in. But it took years of building relationships and providing reliable labor service. He came from Dianjiang County, a 2-hour drive out into the countryside surrounding Chongqing, in search of employment opportunities that were better paid than those in his hometown.
当时嘛头，重庆嘛头，开始在河边挑沙呀，挑那些哈，后来嘛头一二嘛头那高头边的有了那些小商品市场嘛哈，我们都在那高头边呢，人些喝熟了嘛，就在高头边小商品那个，好沙也没挑了，现在和平的沙也没得了。开始干那个行业嘛，反正走起来嘛，反正有人喊，就挑，叫一挑的，当时没得货运不得，只能有上船、上汽车。
Ran Guanghui came to Chongqing with his wife and their 3 children. His wife, Chu Guangfeng, works at a noodle shop just outside one of the large markets, where many of her husband's customers are also based. Part of her job is delivering food orders to the busy stall owners in the surrounding markets.
哎，这个看起可以啊，啥种？两个。哪个的呀？哪个的？可以啊，给我多少呢？你好多万？19号哈。
She covers roughly the same area of business as her husband, having to walk long stretches up and down, steep stairs and roads, though with a slightly less heavy load. 20 years ago, she was the first member of the family to make the move to Chongqing. Upon seeing more opportunities in the big city, her husband soon followed suit.
我先到重庆，然后再在他在的，我来过后，来之前在那个重庆的来，头不头我来过后回去说了，我家里我有老的噻，好，他都在屋里跟我们老的一起要做庄稼噻，我在那里来了过来了2-3个月过后，我才回去才叫他出来。 出来后，我们打一伙的工友回去，打伙的工友回去。啥个我们妈过死了过后，我们才一家人，我们才出来那个。
Ran's situation is not uncommon. Many of the Bangbang are migrant laborers from the poor rural areas surrounding Chongqing. Although they were not yet known by the name Bangbang, they became an important part of the city's infrastructure in the 19th century, when Chongqing opened up to become a major port city and desperately needed the manual labor they provided.
At the height of their time in the 1990s, there were about 200,000 to 300,000 Bangbang in Chongqing. But over the past 30 years, there's been a steep drop in that figure, and today there's only a couple of thousand people left. What's more, these are the same migrant workers that came here 3 decades ago in search of work, as young people are unwilling to enter this tough industry.
It's easy to be impressed at the heavy loads the Bangbang have to carry, but I want to know what it's really like. Mr. Ran kindly lends me his stick to carry out some deliveries of my own.
那师傅，我们现在去哪儿呢？5楼。We're going to the 5th floor.
Mr. Ran sticks the address to the package and uses the tape to further reinforce the bundle for delivery.
Oh wow! It's going to be just. 好，那我是怎么放的？
这样。
这样放好。Okay.
这样把这个要去。
So the light one at the front, the heavy one at the back. Okay.
挑拉面嘛，挑拉面，这边是吧
？Okay. 那现在去哪儿呢？往上走。Oh my god. 往下走。Going down. 前面。哦。Okay, that's really heavy on the shoulder. Woo! That's swinging. The back is swinging. Oh my goodness! This is like one of their lighter ones. 你最重的你是多少斤？你能提？最重的。So he can carry up to 150 kilograms. Just on his shoulder, and I'm already feeling it. That really is going to give you a tense neck. 那你以前就是要提多少个？大概
2-3斤货嘛，现在那个货运少的话，更好。
So maybe he only has a couple of packages a day now. It used to be a lot more in the past, but of course, the development of the industry has not been great. Whew. 好嘞，不好意思，我过一下，对不起。Oh my goodness, too many people. 对不起。不好意思。Oh my goodness.
这个它的
10多斤是吧？
It takes us about 10 minutes to reach our first destination.
这个道理。
你好，这是新的岛了是吧？
对。
哇，给你们送货。 是高一点对吧？
对。
就这样。Yeah, so because of physics, as soon as you've got 2 packages that weigh the same, it's actually better for you. But with one heavy one, it gets a lot tougher. As they balance each other out. Okay, in here. Last stretch. Oh. Okay. Oh, need to turn around. 到了. Oh, thank goodness. 到了. Oh. 好，师傅呢？师傅，我问一下，我刚刚挣了多少钱
？13块。
13块。
对。
那么累，挣了13块哈。
哎，对。
Okay, so I just made 13 kwai, lugging all of this around, almost getting run over by cars and falling downstairs. And now I think I need a massage because my shoulders are killing me. That's very impressive. 你很棒，真的很棒。
In another part of the city where modern high street shopping centres abound, our second Bangbang is trying to find work for the day. His name is Zhou Zhaoping. Unlike Mr. Ran, he does not seem to have built lasting business relationships with regular customers. Instead, he starts every day anew.
要不要帮忙？嘿。啊？来噻，来吧。啊？有什么？啊，下雨喽！
Today's business is sluggish. Then it suddenly begins to pour. Mr. Zhou can only hide from the torrential rain and wait for the weather to clear up. After sitting around for almost an hour, he can finally continue his search for work.
你们弄哪儿去吧？兄弟哦，你们弄哪儿去吧？对啊。
我们到小龙坎。
小龙坎。 往车里给推过去。啊？
啊，要那么多人干嘛？
那我弄那个老虎车，我推过去。啊？小龙哪个位置嘛？123广场啊？那2坨去。收多少钱？你要属于人员收，是吧？那我单噻。啊？那一会儿呢？ 几会了？我直接能把我给单就走了。
His unsuccessful negotiation is followed by more waiting around with his fellow colleagues. The entire afternoon that we followed him around, Zhou Zhaoping has not been able to find a single customer.
想我，人家问我以前干嘛，现在做帮忙，我把这个情况讲了一下。你还是个帮本噻，这样嘛？你不做帮了做啥子嘛？要我是你是个帮忙，我谁看得起你呀？万一小女孩像乞丐。 讨口要饭点这种，对，还有些老板啊，我有钱，我又怎么着？其实他错了，帮帮也是一个人。
Because Mr. Zhou is unable to provide for himself by working as a Bangbang alone, he has to find other ways to boost his income. One of them is by doing odd jobs at construction sites, such as laying cables. To find this type of work, he once again relies on word of mouth. He stumbles upon the flat he is working on today because it is located in the same building in which he lives. Once he is done here, it's time for his modest lunch at one of the local restaurants.
豆腐。
中餐。
嗯。
那我的嘛。
那个羊。对。
230。哎，对头儿。我们来了，今天还有
While there is a kitchen in Mr. Zhou's living quarters, he rarely uses it. He shares the flat with 5 other people, his room measuring barely 10 square meters. He can only sit on his bed in order to devote himself to his true passion, acting.
老太婆，你叫过来搬洗衣机，你家里哪里有洗衣机嘛？只有冰箱、电视机，还有饮水机。老太婆，饮水机是有8。
His day-to-day manual labor is in fact just a means to an end. His biggest wish in life is to become a successful actor. That's the reason why he gave up a well-paying job in the hotel industry and was kicked out of his family's home as a result. He has been working in Chongqing's acting industry for a decade, often playing the role of a Bangbang.
这会心头想争这口气，我到底能不能做演员？能不能当一个制片人？能不能干其他事儿？我弟弟就现在以前他瞧不起，现在挣了点钱他就看得起了，这个是题目。
Back at the other end of the city, Mr. Ran has exchanged his stick for a wheeled trolley. He uses the trolley to transport the largest packages which he cannot carry for the entire stretch of his delivery. If you thought he was boasting when he mentioned lugging about 150 kilograms of heavy deliveries, think again. Mr. Ran is about to prove to you that he is made of steel. Even at almost 50 years, he has more strength than most men half his age. Pulling the load along on the cart is taxing enough, but soon Mr. Ran encounters the inevitable staircases of hilly Chongqing. The noise Mr. Ran makes is his breathing technique. When carrying around such heavy weight, every little detail matters. The breathing and the exact angle and placement of the load on his back. Many of the buildings in the area do not have a lift, and even if they did, packages this size would not necessarily fit. Therefore, Mr. Ran frequently needs to deploy his almost superhuman strength to carry such breathtaking loads up multiple flights of stairs. He says he does not suffer from any health issues related to the physical strain of his work.
累也不是说很累，痛苦也不算很痛苦，反正那个是为了找钱儿，反正只要能够找得到钱，再累些我都觉得不累。以后身体肌肉像那个样子，我可以15年都可以坚持的呀，20年也可以坚持，那个都说不清楚。现在70几，老板们的都多噻，现在。
As the market closes up shop, it is also time for Mr. Ran to make his way back home. After years of saving up his monthly income, he has managed to purchase a newly renovated flat in Chongqing's downtown area. He now lives there with his wife, young son Ran Zhonchao, and one of his elder sisters, while the eldest daughter has already moved out.
妈，喊我去吃饭，我都饿了，搞快点。
作业多嘛时候？
不要得，
少了90分以
以上。真的是基本上不作的。
你还觉得你考的是最好哦？哎，
我跟你说，
你不要自考自答的，不要骄傲。下学期还要更要注意。
那个从2、35，那基本上都是作业的基础哦。
重要的是9年级、4年级、5年级，这2个年级是最重要的。
5年级不重要啊？
我是说，就到学校那2个是最重要的。
反正我说的，只要他能够去读书，只要能够读到哪点儿，我是支持。因为搞我们那个职业确实辛苦啊，说老实话，那个现在文化好一点儿、高一点的话，随便走到哪个厂头，都比我们那个活儿轻松得多，不晒太阳不淋雨。他还是说的，长大了他想当个警察，但有不有那个用啊？那个都实不实行呢，都搞不清楚。反正靠他努力。
对你老公骄傲吗？
骄傲噻，肯定骄傲噻。他本来为了我那个家庭，又买房子啊，又能多那么多娃，那一个家庭啥子事情都那肯定为他骄傲噻。
While the workday is over for Mr. Ran, Zhou Zhaoping can't relax yet. He has managed to obtain some late-night work for one of the big department stores.
Yes, chief. Yes, chief. Yes, chief. 我走前头。Yes, chief. 走前头。Yes, chief. 走前头。Yes, chief.
This project will keep Mr. Zhou up until the early hours of the morning. The timing is bad as he has to get up early next morning for an acting gig. However, he simply cannot afford to let this opportunity for income slip through his fingers. And so when he finally comes home, he gets only about 3 hours sleep that night.
Now, 拍戏的话拍了10多年。10多年？对呀，然后呢，今年主是拍咱们重庆 一个真人真事啊，也是一个老百姓的，棒棒，快一点。
Mr. Zhou has been told by the local production company to arrive at 8 in the morning at a location that is just over an hour from his flat. It turns out that many of his colleagues today are old friends who have acted with him before. The Chongqing local acting scene seems a very tight-knit community. Mr. Ran is busy on his side of town. His last delivery of the day once again totals 150 kilograms. However, given technological advances, it's now rare to see such manual labor being performed in other Chinese cities. It's only due to Chongqing's mountainous layout that the last of the Bangbang are still needed.
那现在有很多人也提一个，就是我们现在是机器人的时代，你觉得以后重庆这个会不会影响到你？会不会担心你以后没有工作了？
哎呀，那个担心我，反正我也是说的，现在是注意赢算赢。那个担心我，他如果说随着那个社会的发展，以后他要并拿机器人了，那个都是随着形势的发展噻，那个都不考虑那些，反正我注意听算一听。
After waiting for his turn on set for a whole day, the production company sends Zhou Zhaoping home without having filmed his scene. He was supposed to be done by 2 in the afternoon, and so he has also lost half a day's potential income. While he is still holding on to his dream of becoming an actor, there seems to exist a constant clash between his two lives.
我49了，对吧？我已经进的是10年了，49岁，马上满50岁了。我现在赶紧挣点钱打工，趁着这个机会，想过好日子，想找个女人跟我一辈子，老了才有端茶端水。这个帮帮肯定不是永远是帮帮，肯定是不会回农村。我也向目标发展。
Whether it is the dream of becoming a professional actor or of building a better life for their children, these two men are shouldering an incredible burden, hoping to make their dreams come true. They vow to keep going for as long as their health allows, but as is the case for most of their colleagues, that time will come soon, if not in 10, then perhaps in 20 years.
The local Chongqing people that we spoke to for this piece think of the Bangbang as a cultural institution. And a majority of them seem certain that the Bangbang will always be a part of Chongqing. But with just around 1% of the original army left still working now in Chongqing, and technological advancements starting to replace them, I personally do not see this type of backbreaking labor surviving for that much longer. But at the end of the day, who's really to say that that is such a bad thing? I'm Laura Schmidt, this week and every week, rediscovering China.